So today we're going to continue. We're going to look at the project. Yeah, like yesterday we looked at what do you need to prepare before you start on the project. And we said one of them was you need to know the target audience, the people that are going to visit your website. You need to know the purpose, or like what are they going to do on the website. Then you need to draw a sitemap that details down the different pages that you're having or you're going to have. Then after that, also prepare your media in terms of photos, videos. Yeah. Then after that, go ahead and purchase a domain name. In this case, we're just going to use GitHub pages. So we just need to come here on GitHub, then we created a repository. Yeah, and with that repository, then we gave it .io to show that it is going to be a school. It's going to be a website. Then we clicked on settings. We went to GitHub pages. Okay, it's around here. You click on check it out here. Then here before getting this, you see that it will be on none. Then just make it to be main, then click on save, then you get a URL. So in this case, our website will be displayed here. Yeah, so now we have this, we have the repository here, and also where it's going to be displayed. So what we did next was to open it with GitHub desktop so that we can also have a local repository. Yeah, so in case you missed this, you can go through the recording, or as I share the link to the playlist. Yeah, then with this, you find that, okay, there are some changes I've made. I've not yet committed them, but I'm going to show them to you. I just added 2 photos. So let me open it. It's under documents, then GitHub, then this one. Yeah, so it doesn't have any files apart from the images, the 2 images that I've added. So these are logos. So we talked about this when you're preparing the media. Yeah, so I know that I'll need a logo, and then I'll need more photos, which I haven't yet put, but I can arrange as we're moving on. Yeah, so in GitHub desktop, I've added certain things, so I can type in here. I need to commit them, and I push it to the repository. So I'm just going to say added, maybe IMG or photos. Then click on commit to main. Yeah, then now I've committed. There are no changes like in the local repository, but I've not yet published on GitHub. Like GitHub has not yet received this folder of IMG, this one here. So I need to push them to this. Yeah, we decided to use GitHub desktop instead of commands, but whichever is good for you, you can use it. So now I'm pushing it to the repository here on GitHub. So we are uploading that IMG folder. Then let's try to refresh. Yeah, now we can see that we have an IMG folder. Click on it, there are those 2 images. Yeah. So that is how our workflow is going to be. We make changes, commit them, then push them onto the website. Then we come here and check. So now there is no big change because we've not done any code. We don't even have an index.html file. Yeah. So that is one change. I've added a few images. Yeah. So now we're going to move on to the next step. Now, I'm going to show you like how professionals design websites. It's not, this is when you've learned how to code. It's not that as you're learning to code, this is the way you should code, no? But when you've learned very thoroughly that you can code from scratch, then you can use what they call templates. Not the whole website, but just parts of the website. Yeah, but before we go to that, now as we formulating, like we need to know the pages that we're going to have here. If you're not sure, what you can do, you can search about existing website in the same category. For example, I can search about let's say St. Mary's Chitende, and you see whether it has a school website. Yeah, so they have one. Let's search for another school, maybe Makerere College School. Yeah, they also have. Let's say maybe Kampala International School. So with this one, I'm just trying to see, it's not that you're going to copy, but you can pick ideas from there, because you can see how they are laying out their pages, which kind of information do they put on each page. Yeah, the kind of photos they are using. So it's more of looking at the existing websites in the same category. It is very good. It's not that you should now develop your website when it is looking so unique than others. It should be easily navigable. Like when someone opens it, at least they don't need to first go through maybe a documentation, a tutorial in order to use it. They should be able to use it easily. Yeah, now like this one, this is of Kampala International School. You can see they have homepage. This one that shows their curriculum, the facilities, the different portals. So you may find that one is for payments, another one is maybe for registration. Yeah, then admissions, in case you want to go for admissions, there is a info and also fee structure. Then about, yeah, so you can see they are having like drop downs. Okay, then on top, they added another navigation that has social media accounts. So this is very good in case your school is having social media platforms. Yeah, so someone can easily come here and maybe they join your Twitter like this. So when they click here, they'll be able to find your Twitter and they see whichever information is there. Yeah, but ensure that you link them. Don't put the icons and you don't have the platform. That would be so disappointing. Yeah, so we come back here. We're still looking, and then they have a search button, which may be good. Maybe someone is asking about admissions. I click on search. We are just trying to test it. There's no idea. Okay, now they show you the search results. There's admissions requested info, there's fee structure. Yeah, at least someone can, of course, when you're admitted to a certain school, you'll need to know their fee structure. So at least someone, when they are searching for some information, they were able to find that information, which is good. Then we have this is like a chat. Yeah, it's kind of like for contacting. It's located around here. So generally it is a good website because a user can easily interact with it. Yeah, but we are just trying to get an idea of how can we develop our school website. Yeah, so move on to another one. This one is for Makerere College School. You can see they have the name of the school, the logo, then the navigation is down. Yeah, then they have home, which is this, and you can see the way they arrange their information. Then they have about us, which is like a mega menu with different things. Then they have different campuses. There's Malawa campus, students. Under students, you have student life, student clubs, tours and trips, alumni. Then also the school events, the past events and upcoming events. Then gallery, stories, contact. Yeah, so with this, what we're doing, you're not lagging behind that. I need to get started with coding. You're not lagging behind, but you're getting idea. Yeah, so now like here, you can see that this one of Kampala International School, there are some things it doesn't have and this one has them. So maybe you can borrow from both and even also add in yours. So most of the times you can just look at the navigation and see which kind of pages do they have. Yeah, then you see, is it according to my school, do I need that kind of page? If you need, then you add it. So for now, we're just going to go with like the standard one, like home, about us, contact us, gallery. Yeah, and maybe admissions. Then others you can join, you can add in later on. Yeah. Looking at another one. This one is for St. Mary's Boarding SS. You can see they have home, academic, features, admission, sports, school life, achievements, and many more. You can also search, you can see alumni, then contacting, the email is easily displayed and the phone number. Yeah. Then when you move down, you can see that they have these are cards. Like in Bootstrap, you can design these kind of cards. Yeah. Then you can also test the responsiveness. Yeah, but on these ones, even if you don't test, because this is not, it's not going to be your site, it's just their website. But you should put in mind that you should develop yours when it is responsive. So this one is responsive. Yeah, which is good. So now we've consulted some websites. Okay, so what is next? Ours, we've not yet started on it. So we go to this and open the code in, like I told you, you can open manually, but I'm just going to use Visual Studio Code. Okay, so now we have this. I have some images, but I don't have any pages yet. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to create a new page here, and I call it index.html. Okay, so I have that page. There's nothing yet. So if I'm going to use Bootstrap, like I told you, I'm going to show you how professionals like develop websites. If I'm going to use Bootstrap, let me cross some of these. Okay. If I'm going to use Bootstrap, I will have to open Bootstrap page just for reference. It's not that me, I've totally learned Bootstrap. Now let me just code from scratch. Like let me code without looking there. Unless you just learning. Like for learning, it is okay. You can test whether you've got something. But when it comes to like development, you always want to get everything on point. So always develop when you have this Bootstrap docs site. Yeah. So what do we need from here? We need to find either we need to download Bootstrap or we need to use a CDN, the Content Delivery Network. So I'm going to use a CDN, and in order to avoid any like disruptions, I'm going to copy this starter template. The starter template is kind of like, this is what they expect you to have. You need to connect to Bootstrap. So I'm going to use the Bootstrap online, but I told you you can also use a file, that bootstrap.css or Bootstrap mini. Yeah. So this is the way of connecting to CSS. Then this is a way of connecting to JavaScript. For now, just include it, but we're not covering JavaScript yet. But just leave out that line to be there. There are some things that depend on that. Yeah. So you can copy this. It is okay to copy code as long as you understand what you copy. Because we went through all this and I know how to modify all of it, so I can confidently copy it. And I paste it here, then I remove what I don't want. Yeah. First of all, I don't need to have the comments there. Yeah. Okay. So this is just reminding me that I'm connecting to JavaScript. So I can just type maybe connecting to Bootstrap JavaScript. Okay. Yeah. So we have that. Then this one is connecting to Bootstrap. Yeah. So I need to test before I push. I need to test whether it is working. Yeah. So there happens to be what you can do, you can publish the website, or you can just come here in its folder now, like here. Then I double click this and it opens. So let me just open it with Edge. And yeah, it seems to be working well, this. So we shall just need to replace this. Yeah, so I understand all these lines of code. This is for declaration, showing the language is English. This is head. Some meta tags linking to Bootstrap. The title, so I need to change the title. So mine is called VMEDI Coding School. Okay, so this is where my body is going to go. Okay, so we go back and check. Okay, it has changed this and nothing is here, which is okay. All right, so when I've set that, I know that I'll need other pages. For example, about us, contact us, they may also need the same thing, but there are some things that are shared in common. Now, like when I come to this and I click on maybe facilities, there's some information that is not changing. For example, if I go to library, you can see that these navigation bars have stayed static. Like they are still there. They are not changing. And also there's what they call a footer down here. It is also not changing. So what does that mean? It means that you can first make one website. You can first make one page like this index when it has the navigation bar, then also has the footer. Then you copy the same code and duplicate to other files. Now, this is not a good practice, but it is the option that we have now. When doesn't it become a good practice? When you start covering like it's called it's called backend, like using PHP. There is a way you can make just a template, or like you have a footer, like this is my footer and you just call it. This is my head and you just call it. But now that we're just learning, we can go with this, but it's not the perfect solution. So we're just going to be copying the same code for like navigation bar and the footer. Yeah. Then we make other pages. So now I'm going to start with the navigation bar. I put the footer, then I push the code on GitHub and we see how it is looking like. Then when it is looking okay, now we can duplicate the same code to other pages that we're going to have. So navigation bar, like I said, just come to this, then you look for nav. You can say navigation bars, this. Then you look at some examples. The one that looks okay, just go with that and modify it. Yeah. But in case you're learning, it's better you code and understand. So we did this already, and we're not going to waste like a lot of time on it. So what I'm just going to do, yeah, there's this one with some drop downs. Maybe I can need one that has such, just for the sake. Later on, we can make it work. Yeah, so I'm going to go with this. And then I'll remove this disabled. So now I'll be able to remove it because I know how it works. So I can go with this. But before you paste that code, just come here and make like comments so that they help you. Yeah, so I can say navigation bar. Okay, start of navigation bar. So that when you code, when you also add in other parts, it's easier for you. So start of navigation bar. Then I also need another one that shows the end of the navigation bar. So my code is going to be here, between here. So I'm just going to paste it. Then I first check whether it is working. When it is working okay, then I can come and modify it. So we come and, yes, so it is there. It is occupying the entire width. So we can give it a class like container so that it doesn't occupy the entire width. So we come here to the start and I add, okay, instead of container fluid, we give it container. This one, then we try to check. Yeah, now it has reduced. Also, if you want this lighting, what you can do all the modifications that you want to do. Yeah, but for now, let me just go. I remove this one that shows disabled. Then I replace these ones with like actual pages, like home. Then other modifications will come in later. This is where the logo goes. Yeah, which is okay. So we can come. Yeah, we have one which is disabled. This, so we don't need that. So this is a navigation item. So I know I just need to remove this list from the list. I remove it. How do I know? Because I practiced and I know how the navigation bar works. Yeah. So now I can come. I have home page. Then the next one is showing the link. Yeah. So here we can have about us, contact us, and maybe gallery. We can move the drop down in case we don't need it now. Or in case we can leave it and we just call it more. Yeah. So home, about us, then we can add like there's another one we can add. It is called let's look at it. Home, about us. This one removed it, which was called disabled. Okay, you can just put maybe more, then that has contact us. So we can just add another list, which is okay. So we have this is a list. I can copy this, then I paste it here. I get also another one. So this is about us, contact us. So I can call this gallery. Then this one, instead of calling it drop down, we're going to call it more, or let's call it admissions. Then under admissions, let's look at it right now. Home, about us, contact us, gallery, admissions. So instead of having action, another action, here we're going to have programs. Then we have fees structure. Yeah, then I remove that one that has something else. Yeah, so I don't need the driver and something else. The divider. Then this, I'm going to call it programs. Then this, I call it fees structure. Okay. Yeah, so I'm getting close to what I want. Though I've not put this is supposed to be an image, which we're going to put and try to ensure that it fits there. Then maybe we can also justify these ones to the left. Yeah, so in case you're not sure how that is done, you can come to Bootstrap documentation and you see how can you justify like these items to the left. Yeah, but it is justify content to the left. So how do you find out? You can, okay, this one is about color schemes, but you can just type either on Google, you can come here and say navbar justify. Okay, let's search again. Okay, in case you can't easily find it here, you can just type direct in Google. Yeah, I'm just trying to tell you, like, I'm just trying to show you. I don't want to code. I just want to try to show you how you can solve problems. Now, you have to be good at searching. In case you're stuck, maybe you don't know how it is done. Just come to Google, but you need to type something that is meaningful. Yeah. So I can come here and I say, how do you justify content to the left on navbar? Then you need to add Bootstrap. Again, the version 5, like that. So there's this website, and this is actually what I wanted to show you. It's called Stack Overflow. So Stack Overflow is kind of like, you take it as Facebook for developers. Okay, it's a platform where when someone is stuck, they go type in a question, then people that face the same problem and they were able to execute it, they come and answer that question. So now you can see that this question, someone asks, how do you align Bootstrap 5 navbar items to the right? In Bootstrap 3, it is navbar right. In Bootstrap 4, it is ML auto, but not work for Bootstrap 5. Yeah, then there are different answers. So sometimes the one which is on top is the most, like, people vote. There are different answers and people vote them. So you can see this one answered. Then this one also answered, like, I changed MR to MS and it worked for me. This is the best solution. Then another one is, you need to use MS Auto instead of ML Auto in Bootstrap 5, like that. So I should use ML Auto. Then someone attached the code, like how to use ML Auto. So you can also read into the code. Where is it attached? Let's look for it. Okay. Then we can look at also other like solutions. So for you, what you do, you try out one. If it works, you go with that. If it doesn't work, you try out another one, like that. So that's how you can go about finding solutions to some questions that you have. Just go on Google, but in most cases, you'll arrive at Stack Overflow. Yeah. So just for interest of time, I'm just going to stop on that. I'm not going to modify it furthermore. This one is, it is okay for now. Yeah, maybe changing this navbar brand. We can look for navbar brand. In most cases, navbar brand will be an image. So look for where it is, which is this one here. And so instead of having navbar, I can have some image there. Though I'll have to give it a width so that it can fit well. So img source, I have img stroke. I'm going to go with this one, which is a little bit small. Then let's try to look at it. Yeah, now you can see it is kind of big. Sometimes this may look okay. Yeah, but you can dictate and say the width is going to be maybe let's say 50 pixels, and you first look at it. Even if we're not sure whether 50 is big or small, just type it and look at it. So it is okay. Now if it is not, like, we can give it 100, try to check it. Okay, around there, either between 50 and 100, any can work. Maybe let me just use 70, like that. Yeah, so I know that this navigation is going to be the same on all the pages. So what else? It may be the footer. So I come back to my Bootstrap, then I type in footer. Yeah, so you can see that they are different. This, I click on this, then it is showing me different footers which are already designed. They are already there. So I can look at one, then get its code and I use it. Yeah, but like I told you, this is just the way like professionals develop their sites. They don't code from scratch, but in order for you to be able to do that, you need to first learn how to code. Yeah, because anything can go wrong and you need to modify it. Yeah, so maybe I can click on that. Now here there are different footers. Okay, so even if not on this, I can even come to another site. I can say Bootstrap 5 footer templates. Yeah, now I'm showing you this because I need you to develop that project. You need to present something that is good. We don't want excuses that I was just still learning. Like, just find a way of producing nice work. So there are different websites now. There's this MDB. Yeah, you can see that they have some nice templates for footers. Yeah, so you can select one and then go with that. Maybe, okay, which one? Let me see. Maybe I just want this. Yeah, so they load it. It's good. The code is going to load here, which is this. So I can get all this code. It's for the footer, but it's in a container. So I'm going to get all this. I get it. Then we know that that was the end. So here, I'll know that the content is going to become here, like the body. Body here. And maybe I can say end of body. Then the footer is going to come here. Footer, start of footer, then the end of footer. Yeah, so I'm going to put my code here. So the sections are helping me to easily know where to edit. Like if I'm looking for something, so I can come here and I replace the text, like here, showing at copyright. Then I can say VMEDI school, coding school. Then we replace this link. We don't want someone to click on it and it's going on. I can get this one here. Okay, so now let's first look at the way it looks like, but we can move the social media icons because we don't need them. start from here and it ends there. Yeah, so you can remove all that code, maybe this up to there. Let's remove it. Yeah, so I'll leave it to be big, kind of big with a, okay. Yeah, like there. Then the content will be on top in between here. Then this will be pushed down. Yeah, though there are certain ways of making it stick to the bottom. Yeah, then also those ones you just have to search for them in case you don't know. Yeah, so now that is that of footer. For now, we can just do it manually, like, and we use different break statements. Break. Yeah, like we're just doing the first draft. Later on, we can replace all the fake things with the nice stuff. So now let's push this onto online. Yeah. So you know that our content will always come here. Then the navigation bar will be on top, then this one will be down. If you want it also to stick totally here, you need to go and use container fluid. Okay, yeah, you can add fluid. Yeah, so now it is at the end, then our content will come here. Okay, so making it stick to down, you may have to use your custom CSS. There is a way of making it stick down in Bootstrap, though sometimes fails to work, but we can make some research and say, how do you stick a footer to the bottom of the page in Bootstrap 5? Yeah, now I'm trying to show you, like, how do people search, or how do people develop, like you use a lot of internet as you're developing. You don't need to cram everything. No, you just have to go one by one by one. Yeah, so now you can see that there are different, like, solutions. Now you're seeing also Stack Overflow. It has two answers. So someone showed they are currently working on the site, they want to stick it to the bottom. Then there were two answers. Yeah, so you see, and he's saying, don't use fixed bottom class in the footer. Try this instead. You may need to adjust values a bit instead of using 160 pixels. So this is custom CSS. So you can check whether this works. Or then this one is saying, try adding the fixed bottom class under footer. Yeah, so we can first try adding this, that is fixed bottom. If it doesn't work, then we try the custom CSS like that. So I come to this, I need to add that fixed bottom. Save, refresh. Yeah, and it works. So it is at the bottom. Yeah, so Okay, sorry, I don't know, but now back. Hope you can hear me. Anyone can confirm whether